Yeah, I had to come back live. It was kind of urgent. Something happened while we were live before. And, of course, I didn't know it was happening because I was speaking to you live. So this is actually really will blow your mind, okay? But first I wanted to get into, I noticed, well, this was all also going on, that a particular shill, Legal Man, I saw you subscribe to my channel. So I understand that you're only there to, just try and block, report, whatever, my channel. I screenshot that you subscribed at this time, so if all of a sudden my channel goes down, right, I will make sure, because I'm also recording this, that people understand what specific account did it. Okay, so it's just a warning to you. All right, so be wary. I understand you're there, and you understand I got you if you try and take down my channel. So anyways, let's get back to the important stuff. Now, if you watched, I got to turn this down. This is probably really loud. Hold on. Let me turn that down. If you watched yesterday's video, I spoke about the Hudson Valley and its relation to the Coors Molson shooting, right? I talked about the names of the victims, okay, and how something was, about to happen in the Hudson Valley. I'm sure if any of you watched it, you heard it. You could go back and watch the video from, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, whatever. I mentioned it a couple times. I even mentioned it on Twitter. But I'm going to show you again, because the information was already half in the computer, why, this is pissing me off. I said I don't get deep into it, and I said even in today's video earlier today about the names of the victims, right? The names of the victims in that particular Molson Coors thing and how they were coded, right? So what I'm going to start off with is this first. Hold on. Let me lock him there. Okay. Is this. I was going to go over it again, then I'm going to show you why this is important. Notice I underlined two important words. There's a lot more, even to the wet cellar name, and it's reference to Masons. And if I actually took the time, how it would have coded exactly this location of what I'm about to tell you, and even what this 5-1 years of age means and everything else, and how it relates to a specific point in this list of names. So Hudson Valley 5-1. Okay, so anyways, why that's important is because they just confirmed a case of the coronavirus. And where is it? It is at New York's Wadsworth Lab in Albany. Okay? Wadsworth Lab in Albany. All right? Why is that important? Okay, that's New York. Well, that's because that's in the Hudson Valley. Okay? And we're going to get even more into detail of this. Okay? You see that? The Hudson River goes right through Albany there. And that valley, that Albany and through down further, even through Hyde Park, south of there, where I'm sure is a little bit famous next to Sleepy Hollow and all that stuff and all that jazz, and all the wealthy people from Soros to the Clintons. And I'm sure if you watched my video the other day, you would have heard me talk about this. Okay? So it's interesting, all right? In other words, we had a false flag, right? And this only backs up my claim about how BS this coronavirus is, because now if we have clues in one false flag that refer to another one, or something that they're trying to get people to believe is real, right? And the clues for that location are in one of them that talk about another one, right? Then that means what we're seeing new is bullshit, because it's part of the whole riddle, the Masonic bullshit. And the reason why I say Masonic bullshit, again, you can see here, Albany and the Hudson Valley, okay? The reason why, let me show you here what the Wadsworth Center is a laboratory, okay, located in Albany, research intensive public health laboratory. Okay, so right at their laboratory, okay, their public health laboratory, all right, which is interesting. And we can get way more into the details of this decoding. And like I said, a lot of these decodings and everything, I don't always give every detail, because number one, you guys don't listen and learn them, even when I do. And number two, we don't always want to give away how much we exactly know on how they do things, okay? But you can see Masonic type buildings, you have your two twin buildings, like twin towers, okay? For Albany, that's actually pretty big. But we're going to show you more about this center, and the reason why is because it's very Masonic, okay? And there's Masonic coding within that, what we saw of those names. And the whole thing, Jesus Jr., you have the egg, which is like a big cauldron, okay? And you have the Kabbalah tree that starts off with the New York State Capitol, okay, and goes right down. So this basically happened on the Capitol grounds in a way, because you have the museum across from it. You have, of course, the cross for the church, and you have your twin towers, and you have the Wadsworth Center right there next to the egg. And all fits. In other words, what would have happened is what I said earlier is I don't take the time anymore to get into all the details of all these new false flags. And I said, even on the video I just did a little while ago, if I took the time to get into the names of the Molson Coors people, victims, alleged victims there, I would have been able to tell you more, but I don't take that time because it's just jumping on the next thing. But what I'm showing you right there is it took me 3 seconds the other day when I looked at the victims to figure out what they were talking about and what place they were talking about. I knew they were talking about the Hudson Valley and that something was coming in the Hudson Valley. And look, something came in the Hudson Valley. Now, if I actually spent an extra 10 minutes, because I didn't even spend that much time looking at these names, I spent 3 seconds looking at these names to decode them, I would have been able to get the exact location. And that's what I mean by researching these things more, is the information, they tell you everything, and it's dumbed down. I'm telling you, people, please understand me when I say this. They dumb down their coding because they understand that people have no clue what they're saying when it's even put right in front of their face. And even when it's dumbed down, people don't get it. And this is what upsets me, is you don't see a wall full of degrees. You don't see, an MBA, a Juris Doctor, or, a PhD. I'm just a kid with a D average, or a guy with a D average, whether, if I was lucky, a D average, or C, never a C. C, maybe once or twice in my life. I got a GPA of a C. I'm a D average kid when I was in school. And I can just look at this shit. And it's right there in front of me. So how is it people are not getting these things? Right there, they told you. I don't know, which one was it? The names. Jesus, 33. Okay. All right, well, he died at 33. Right, we know the Jesus coding in 33. You switch to M from wet cellar, and you get a Masonic term for Mason at 33 to back it up. Okay, and the walk, the Kabbalah tree. I don't want to get too much into it, but what I'm saying is it's right there, and I even told people the other day. And that's from looking at it 10 seconds. Imagine if I spent some time. Imagine if you spent some time. You might be able to read and see what's bullshit. So when I call things like the coronavirus bullshit, it's not because it's just coming, Jerry says it's bullshit because he thinks everything's bullshit. I'm telling you something's bullshit because they told you. They told everybody. When they code things, in other things, when they refer from one false flag to another one and tell you about a different place and the little symbology and their symbols and their numerology, they're telling you what something is. It's gotten to the point where was it last night or the night before or whatever, Trump's on TV telling people that the freaking basically, I'm not saying it's a hoax, but somehow people caught wind. They wouldn't be putting that out there unless they're basically telling you, hey, this is a hoax. When the president says something, despite my feelings on anybody that's in all these secret societies, because we know Trump is, Bloomberg is, we know they're all part of the same team. But when somebody from their team says, hey, listen, this is a hoax, this is bullshit, you'd be an idiot to believe it, and we don't listen, then that's on us. That's on us. But they told us clear as day that this is bullshit. You got one false flag or hoax or whatever you want to call it, referring to another one. Okay? When that happens, guess what? It's bullshit. Okay? Because when we look at so many of the things we look at, the mathematical occurrence of it being just coincidence is impossible at this point. Okay? So when hoax A says, well, we're going to have another hoax at site B, and then site B has a hoax, right? It means, the whole thing's bullshit. Okay? Simple as that. Doesn't take much. And people keep on arguing with the same stupid video with the 5G thing. Okay? Yes, can frequencies affect different functions in your body? Yes. But what they were describing should have related to methylation, not oxidation. Oxidization. So they're not even getting that right. Now, they want to show me some bacteria, coronavirus bacteria, whatever kind of bacteria that they're trying to tell us this is. And then they're shooting that frequency at it and seeing it affected by it. Right? So that it affects something in your body. If it was like that, then we'll talk. But the cases they're saying they're getting are at Masonic laboratories that were referred to from another hoax. Okay? So, this 5G stuff. Yeah, 5G is a problem. Okay? Big problem. But there's a problem with the fact that when the coronavirus has been proving to be bullshit, that if something is tagged along to something that's bullshit, it's also bullshit, Right? Right? That's just a fact. It's like, it's just a fact. It's like the idea is catching a virus from the virus. The idea of 5G being involved with the coronavirus, it is a virus in itself. Because one video that has great information and it can correlate to some excellent science and understanding of those things, right, doesn't mean it's legit. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to China, I did videos years ago explaining how they have mastered voice to skull in China, right? This is something that patented a long time ago. We know their technology. They stole it mostly from us. So if they're releasing that information, we're getting that stuff on China, you can bet your ass they can do it here. Right? And like I said, if you understand frequencies the correct way and have really researched and studied how frequencies work, you could protect yourself from them. Right? That's why I always say these people that always say they're getting targeted by electronic weapons. And that's all fine and dandy. Okay? And I'm sure there are some that are legit. But I think more of them are actually brainwashed into believing they are, because there are simple ways to go figure that out and go around that. I've told people before, buy a cheap passive speaker system that you could, or a speaker system that you could turn into passive, so you could pick up these frequencies and understand if that's actually happening or not. Okay? Understanding and learning about it enough, you know how to actually grab these frequencies yourself out of the air to check them. Right? We have people discussing frequencies that don't even understand them. And then, of course, the people they're relating them to really don't understand them. So they're just believing whatever. And that's a problem. Okay? Doesn't mean that they can't use 5G on these viruses. But we haven't seen the real, actual evidence. Okay, we've seen crazy people doing crazy things. And maybe 5G is actually a bigger problem than I thought, because apparently there's so many people in this country that can't fucking use their brain and figure these things out. And that's a problem. So maybe they are being hit by a frequency weapon. Either that or they got hit by the dummy stick. Because learn. And I don't mean to be rude, but I'm at the point where fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't got time for it. You know? I don't got time for people that don't want to learn. You know, I always said this. My videos, my channel are for the people that have had a real awakening and not a Masonic awakening. And if you can't figure out the difference, you had a Masonic awakening. Simple as that. Doesn't mean that if you had a Masonic awakening that you can't have still a true awakening. Doesn't mean that at all. But it's going to take a little bit of your brain and thinking to get there, because you didn't get there the natural way. Okay? Simple as that. I love you all, even the idiots. But start to think. You know, it just pisses me off. Yeah, I probably should have done more work on this and got the location. I could have got the location from, yeah, I mean, I could have narrowed from their name list and the rest of the PSYOP. I could have got this exact location before it happened. You know? But like I say again, what if I did? What if I told you, hey, listen, they're going to have something right here in Albany. Right here. Even though I did say the Hudson Valley, right? I got what? I got the general area right? Right? But what if I did say right here, right in this plaza in Albany? Who would have cared? Who would have cared? No one, right? That's what blows my mind. Is you care more about, oh no, it's 5G because some person on a video. Did you ever think that maybe some of these videos are subliminally putting shit in the videos? And that's why they catch on so easy? Oh my shit, why are you grasping onto stuff that really, you know, has no evidence other than somebody saying things eloquently? Oh, 60 megahertz. Do you even know what a fucking megahertz is? Have you studied electricity enough to even understand it? You know? You know? Do you know what a hertz is? You know? Do you know what an FM wave versus an AM wave is? You know what analog versus digital really truly is? The basics. Do you know how microwave frequencies actually even work? You know? Just saying. Study it before you go believe in these people. If the coronavirus is bullshit, right? Then anything attached to it is bullshit. You know? It's just the way it is. You know? If you got a freaking big dump truck filled with manure, and you're wearing a freaking wedding dress or a tuxedo, white tuxedo, and you jump into a dump truck filled with horse manure, you're not coming out white. You're not. You're going to come out with all that shit stain all over you. And the stories they told us, that's all they are. It's a big load of shit. And people are all dressed in white jumping in it, thinking they're coming out rosy, nice and clean and white. No, you're not. You're coming out smelling like shit, looking like shit. That's just the facts. You know what I mean?